So what kase a process and no man penny afaso into 1 year boni bia many wonya adwene na me be cheche sans nsemi sa process na onam so no say a constitution na na a NDC for no e kasa omonam so no na constitution na so within holia asama method a kwanya wo be faso a wo de be ye niam nti sa wo ka se ontimi ntombra na if is we di constitution enye no kre if se sa constitution na so why ni so pepepe a otimi tomra na ye share article 146 na eye on a kwanya wo faso a utimi ede kwadu ebo ye justice or ye form justices of the Superior Court, High Court, Court of Appeal, ni Supreme Court, any chief justice ye war in way provisions be as a faso. Into what said dear me disep make us or man penny wa form constitution and on a me bet you. So we shall also be the quadru ebe bo a chief justice. It was set and maybe no now here constitution pana not gap kakra wo ho enye san komo na mbedi san komo se yen change your constitution ye ho san komo no na ye migina so kese and na case because Supreme Court your friend Judicial versus attorney so we are away eja watie fonti na me pensen no bia hu se bi enye se eye ebufuo so ana se eye emotions na dey ka asem na mom se nyina ye yie nti no and Judicial ka se we share article 146 na unlike other justices of the Superior Court na a chese obi de kwadu bebo mo a eyese chief justice etimi find the friend say prima facie case enyina so bi wom se ampa ese ye kwa asemi mu no ebi ni chief justice de no na ye nyini se sa omo ye constitution ma na eye omo pese sa ne beba if se wo hwemu pa chief justice ndi edi kan wono so ye justice of the Superior Court na sebio ono ana fefo justice of the Superior Court impo ye find prima facie case na ono a sebi oda omo ano energy twum no e kire ye nyina na eja ye nyina ye di so se ese won so eno mo ka se president the council of state ye wi an munyam for mugu council of state any president e find this prima facie case no na sa prima facie case no ena constitution no clause 10 of says it says a president find it said there's a prima facie case or best said se committee ama oma hwemu asem no na omo hwe kwadu ni mu nso so a owo ho kwan se obe suspend chief justice and obe twen asem se adwuma no fasi ho atwen ansam ye hwehwem ho no na me kire obi asese wo ka se sa tumi na ye de ahye omampanyin sa no obi antimi question a wo ye wrong na no me be kirekire mu ho wo hwe me na enyense chese obetimi na constitution na wo hwe provisions bi to article 296 any bibi to article 23 any impose Supreme Court cases or may decide says here decide to me bisa mawa yes wo yidi ne tene obi be say fair and candid it should not be based on prejudice against the person in other words it is subject to review it is subject to constitutional check. And so we can trust on the word processes intimate, why exercises our power and it's going to mean challenge. I mean, if it's the exercise of that discretionary power in itself is subject to constitution. If you look at Article 296, it's very clear on that. Nona yakase, then you say what exercises our power no. And two things. Se you person we transparent enough do na aka na me no mo ya adwene so so we find this prima facie case na say nka ma ye reasons emma ye di
manfo ni reasons
emma ye hu reasons we dey find this prima facie case wa ma eno nya hwe but without even the reasons which I believe are grave in impono it is still subject the fact that that discretion can be subjected to constitutional review in itself still stands. Na government communication for se minim ekwanse no so se megina so akatia e de bi de beto wo Facebook platform so e likiye enye hu se ntuti nchana obisa senti president ekwan be so wa ma ye nwa bia information amon so wo hwe krata na come chief justice wa ma reasons bia na ne wo ye ekwan be so I mean obi sabi is only fair so wo kwadu bi ye de kwadu bi obi na so wo meyi anu a that's how to me children of quite crowd, Ugina, so when you say quite do when you're so intina, Brabe you one. And now, reasons now, name me say, reasonable manner or her sa petition. So what manner would take president and name what you share petition in her say, Senkabe find the prima facie case. Now, face what's our suspended because suspension, and this will find the prima facie case, no. Now, what is our committee, no? Na no kwai du na ye miensa omo si maybe a twa mu ya ma me tro krata akoma eye o mampanyi na na do dan kwa kufu ado say mira mampanyi se adwuma na aba judges for Supreme Court adoso wo hwe your constitution ma and this is US US Supreme Court enye case bia na omutie Supreme Court eye se case be hanan a on betie be emu oha yes ye de ne ni saa mrani buonti sebi obi atimi de na isem ebana ena adwuma na dɔɔso na manso na dɔɔso hwɛ kwa ni ntina de mu bi de bia ebo de say yenye edia yen promote edia because adwuma ne so enti mesrɛ o mampanyi sɛ wo badwene ho sɛ ye bebie ye number na ye wo Supreme Court no ni edi bia beka ho na sɛ wo dwene ho sɛ wo bebie mu sɛ ne me propose na enkrofo bi o mabo o mo ho modin o mudin ni a mehwɛ sɛ wo be consider obi eno ne maame ne bone na maame nche ose ne judges ya appoint wo mu okrom judge bia eno na ebi mu kasa judges ne partisan me se ne judge bia wo Ghana enne se Mississippi se ne ono so ye partisan if you say judge bia ni ho a ya appointing was Ghana krom ha president bi ninsanim if lower judges na ye magistrates ne circuit court judges ne nyina no even though is appointed by the chief but president as we team so president kasa me mpe we ya untimi nya ho hwe ekwa akosi Supreme Court say wo ka ne saade a ne judge bi o ekrom ha bia ye partisan eno na nchen wo se kwadu no wakotwero sa akrata enti yenyu na wo hwa ansa ne ba appointed judges wo impomi mu okwo bi a ye friend Ghana Bar Association wo ka ho wonim Ghana Bar Association planning prebiati me eye recommendation ekokase o mampanyi judicial judge wo bone homodin Judicial Council eye part of the process here they appointed judges nyema pise bi de bia ya mekase info mampanyi yire nti susu ampa so mampanyi yire ne da wonti mekase mira mate se judge wo bone homodin ti ehwe na no ka na mra be no wato chese recommend se bi mpanimfo asofo ni ade ebi ko atimi kokko to hwese ne judge ni si eye na adwuma sa judge we de wo ya ade na se ede konim entomra na emomunim uma sa recommendation it is mere recommendation
Omanpenyin pa.
Enchichire omanpenyin. Opa no obefa. Opa wonfa. Etise bi me mpanimfo ye kukudamfo akohia omanpenyin aka se. Omanpenyin ye serew ye bibi sei. Opa no beti openso obeka se maten so memfa. Na ye hye ye no, enye se omanpenyin po ofa sebi. Ofa krata ne ho didi dwuma efise besi ne ye sankofo no ya appointed wo yenye wo.
But the other things they say the letter of the constitution relative to appointment of justices it mentions the Judicial Council and the president and Ghana Bar Association and Chief Justice and any person be over be feel say as soon as you be about the home into me minimum opinion in the home como a clear Judicial Council and the president and then the more also say no other party and there was our quiet cross or be involved in that process. Just the Judicial Council and the president.
Obi me das enti chese se the air come na kosi se wuntimi kra nkyere wa adwene.
Omoche sa CPP woman no. Do stand here na na from boma. Yes. And no see a national security arrested woman no. Adan ya wo say jo mama e speech wo ECOWAS summit bi o mo ye wa ha. Ana woman na ba be pagya a placard say boko entokwa no. Onka ho asem wo ho. Almost were embarrassed president. Or embarrassed president you. It you know much woman detained in more than 4 hours. So I embarrassed president. Your mama. Na Messereno. He is becoming a dictator by taking precedent by a wrong precedent. As one year. So one year to me come on side you two for one you sa na kufa no de ne you two kufa do for no nti and nipa na wo ne yo yodium no Mr. President I can bet you wo mo be mo hwease if Sadia na wo ye no sa dictatorship behavior na all of a sudden is coming in you say obi ama placard so a year wo ma speech it you arrested in 4 hours it took Bernard Monamo so mo ko intervene say ye bechi in an African poma because President Mama, the new dictator, the new coup leader, is making a statement.
Precisely. Me da hospital. Amiwu.
Yes.
Me sister me na collapse na me heart nkwa na ye adwuma. Ye kukuru me kobi na se me kire wo mu se me yare ampa hospital doctor. Yes, Dr. Tro excuse duty. Say I'm dying.
Hey, that's a who exaggerated.
I'm not exaggerating, I'm telling you the truth.
And you pay your coin?
Yes, go and ask them.
Away, you pay your coin.
BNI.
Hey, now be a heart and one egg. Oh, Nana.
I am telling you. Oh, I am not lying.
You are not working hard and one
my whole body, I had a total system collapse.
Breakdown.
A total
and still you were sent to the
Oh, I am telling you.
I don't know who said Oko.
Oh, there's a at least who is saying, but
I also had to one
of course. So what your internal organs no, I am just telling that your internal organs were not working. Ultimately, I am not joking. Me aunt to Hank Bemo friend. She took me there. It's me cry me quiet no kwa mu nyina hu me afi no mo tete haban ma me aunt no so won no ama me. Me am catch rawo.
Na bia na dan no ansa haban no.
No, they are true na
Oh, Sika, please. If
no, Sika, yes,
now can you
national security down. Mango trees,
yes.
Any name tree,
mango trees and papa is a mango tree is a woman. Yes.
Mango tree at the
banana. I'm brutal.
Yes, they carried me there. Mango,
I had a sack. My
Mancasa won't tell you. Mancasa me Yakumaya.
The son of Coma Penna, the body in a total system collapse.
Yes. It's mango leaves, no bitty or see and farmer naming. I'm telling you. I feel no more.
Waiting a year, Bain.
2017.
Now Dubai.
I swear. What are you talking about? Yeah, Kukru made the me by horse me. It's what is he talking about? It's one in your Zoom meeting near so Yari and us one Yari.
Nana made us
made the hospital. me wu.
Yes.
My sister nyina collapse na me heart nkwa na ye adwuma. Ye kukuru me Kobe and I said, me chire wo mu se me yare ampa. Doctor. Yes, Doctor Chro, excuse duty. Say I'm dying.
Hey, that's a who exaggerated.
I'm not exaggerating, I'm telling you the truth.
And you pay your coin.
Yes, go and ask them.
Away, you pay your fine.
Be and I.
Hey, now be a heart and quan I
me yare.
Oh, Nana.
I am telling you. Oh, I am not lying.
You are not working hard and quan
my whole body. I had a total system collapse.
Breakdown.
A total
and so you were sent to the
I am telling you.
I don't know who said Oko.
Oh, there's my at least who is saying, but
I also had to quan.
Of course. So what your internal organs? No, I am just telling that your internal organs were not working. Ultimately, I am not joking. Me aunt to hang me more friend. She took me there. It's me kwa me kwa no kwa wo nyina hu me afi no mo tete haban ma me aunt no so won no ama me. Me am ka kire wo.
Na bia na dan no wan say haban no.
No, they two na
Stika, please. If
no, Stika, nipe can and
national security down. Mango trees,
yes.
Any name tree.
Mango trees and papanity, a mango tree is a woman. Yes.
Mango tree at the
banana. I'm on brutal.
Yes, they carried me there. Opabisa me person body.
Mango I had the sack my.
Makasa want to ask you. Makasa me yare akumaya.
Person na come pen na ye. The body ni na total system collapse.
Yes. Into mango leaves no bitty or see and farmer men naming. I'm telling you. I feel no more.
When na year ben no.
2017.
Na Dubai.
I swear. What are you talking about? Yeah, kukuru me de me ba horse me yare. Into what is he talking about? Into one in your Zoom meeting near so yare and ask one yare.
Nana me the
hospital. Me wu.
Yes.
My sister nyina collapse na me heart nkwa na ye adwuma. Ye kukuru me Kobe and I said, me chire wo mu se me yare ampa. Doctor. Yes, Doctor Chro, excuse duty. Say I'm dying.
Hey, that's a who exaggerated.
I'm not exaggerating, I'm telling you the truth.
And you pay your coin.
Yes, go and ask them.
Away, you pay your fine.
Be and I.
Hey, now be a heart and quan I am. Oh, Nana.
I am telling you. Oh, I am not lying.
You are not working hard and quan
my whole body. I had a total system collapse.
Breakdown.
A total
and so you were sent to the
I am telling you.
I don't know who said Oko.
Oh, there's at least who is saying, but
I also had to quan.
Of course. So what your internal organs? No, I am just telling that your internal organs were not working. Ultimately, I am not joking. Me aunt to hang me more friend. She took me there. It's me kwa me kwa no kwa wo nyina hu me afi no mo tete haban ma me aunt no so won no ama me. Me am ka kire wo.
Na bia na dan no wan say haban no.
Nana they two na
Stika, please. If
no, Stika, nipe can and
national security down.
Mango
trees.
Yes.
Any name tree.
Mango trees and papanity is a mango tree is a woman. Yes.
Mango tree at the sack.
Banana, I'm on the brutal.
Yes, they carried me there. Opabisa me person body.
Mango I had the sack my.
Makasa want to ask you. Makasa me yare akumaya.
Person na come pen na ye. The body ni na total system collapse.
Yes. Into mango leaves no bitty or see and farmer men naming. I'm telling you. I feel no more.
When na year ben no.
2017.
Na Dubai.
I swear. What are you talking about? Yeah, kukuru me de me ba horse me yare. Into what is he talking about? Into one in your Zoom meeting near so yare and ask one yare.
Nana made us.
Me the hospital. Me wu.
Yes.
Me sister me na collapse na me heart nkwa na ye adwuma. Ye kukuru me kobi na se me kire wo mu se me yare ampa hospital doctor. Yes, doctor Tro excuse duty. Say I'm dying.
Hey, that's a who exaggerated.
I'm not exaggerating, I'm telling you the truth.
And you pay your coin.
Yes, go and ask them.
Away, you pay your fine.
BNI.
Hey, now be a heart and quan I am oh, Nana.
I am telling you. Oh, I am not lying.
You are not working hard and quan
my whole body, I had a total system collapse.
Breakdown.
A total
and so you were sent to the
I am telling you.
I don't know who's here. Oh,
there's my at least who is saying, but
I also had to quan.
Of course. So what your internal organs no, I am just telling you your internal organs were not working. Ultimately, I am not joking. Me aunt to Hank friend. She took me there. It's me cry me quiet and cry. One woman who me have no more to think about my aunt and so on. Madam catch it out. Stika, please. If
no, Stika,
mango trees.
Yes.
Any name tree. Yeah.
Mango trees and papa nititi say mango tree is a one. Yes.
Mango tree is a
banana ya mum dey brutal.
Yes, they carried me there. Opa bisa me person e body.
Mango I had this akuma.
Me kasa want ya.
Kasa yara akuma yare.
Man kasa me yare akuma ya.
Ose na koma pena na ye.
Adwuma.
The body ni na total system collapse.
The nuama wa no.
Yes, nuama. Yes. It's mango leaves no bititi o se yam fa mamen name. I'm telling you. I feel no.
Na we na year ben no.
2017.
Na Dubai.
I swear. Yeah. What are you talking about? Yeah, kukuru me de me ba ho se me nyare. Into what is he talking about? Into one in your Zoom meeting, near who so yare and ask one yare.
Now you be oga. Any other oh, good evening. Now you be oga. Good evening. Now you be oga. Any other
There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing, but nothing better than having it saved. Bet Saver. And Yao. After hours of planning, both have locked in the same perfect multi-bet. Big win for United, over 1.5. And both teams to score in the London Derby. But who could have picked Leicester over City? Or a high-scoring game at the Bridge? There's nothing worse than having your perfect multi-bet missing. But there's nothing better than having it saved. Bet Saver. Win, even if your bet misses.
Playing for your country, easy. Scoring, easy. Avoiding injuries, easy. Winning, easy. But you know what be easy now? Kivo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Easy. It gets everything inside. Gary, creamer, sugar, roasted granules. Just add water, then sharp my soakings make ready. Taste and energy, made easy. I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kivo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Champion taste.
This advert is FDA approved.
Fire pomudi ni agobi Ghana fueni age efi say ya your local spices na ya frafra dia ya sankofa natural spice
me de go me jollof mu ni mi sti wa hodoma e ma ne dance
Stanley the barbecue the go on
sankofa natural spices and one you use 100% natural said the yepen
Adofo mamunye huge mistake sankofa natural spices the
FDA agi ejedi nkratu yatu
Brush your teeth. Brush 2 times a day. Brush with Kel-Kit.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kel-Kit toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger. Chicky whiter. Chicky stronger. Yay! You did it.
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kel-Kit. Happy smile.
To get polytank.
Oh, and you're right.
Go straight.
No, I want to left, right.
And you that's right. Ghana na ye wono. So when you do more, any a data. Oh no! I beg, na here. Me pe polytank at all. And you think I'm in your bed to be able to buy you. Oh, food to be a enjoy you.
Akuya bulambo customer. Emua.
Like they took my eyes. Go to the distributor and you give the original polytank. Company. You get a sound.
Polytank, Papananka Sankasa.
After this fufu and pepper soup, I go score goals like them the dash points.
Kivo 100% natural hot pepper. Good for your jollof, stew, soup, shito, spaghetti, and noodles. Kivo hot pepper. Moko show.
I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kivo 100% natural hot pepper. Champion taste.
This advert is FDA approved.
Cratchy, unemu bua unkoisha Dr. Ban uye denwa.
Oh, Mr. Yamfani come and me buru ah.
Mami do buru. Don't ya tell me ko bra. Mumi Yamfani ko Dr. Ban ho.
Dr. Ban o ya de.
Bra, se ban no mpemu adwuma sasabro slow Dr. Ban o ye.
So ni kemi kwa na meka. Oh no mpemu ni mdi onu na ye expect nya zanfo no. O akra any Kumasi no mpemu expect yen kan kire.
There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing, but nothing better than having it saved. BetSaver.
Sorry for the late starts of the show. Thank you very much for your time. What a holiday it was. Are you enjoying yourself? I was monitoring on television President Mahama with his dance moves at the Black Star Square here in Accra. And it looked like it was a nice experience, launching the Black Star experience. Well, as we were waiting for the show to start, many people were sending me texts and It's by popular request, actually. By popular request, people want to see the Nanaya Ajantua video in OB's Asempa studio with our friend Sticker. Nanaya Ajantua was making the case that Ken Oforiatta has no case because she had a very bad experience. She said she was completely unwell, and yet she was wheeled to the Bureau of National Investigation, as it then was, now the National Investigations Bureau. And the way she told the story raised a bit of eyebrows. Have a look.
Yes. My sister Mina collapsed na me heart and kwana ye adwuma. Ye kukuru me kobi and I said me chire wo mu se me yare ampa. Doctor. Yes, Dr. Tro excuse duty. Say I'm dying.
Hey, that's a who exaggerated.
I'm not exaggerating, I'm telling you the truth.
And you pay your coin.
Yes, go and ask them.
Away, you pay your fine.
Be and I.
Hey, now be a heart and kwana ye.
I am
oh, Nana.
I am telling you. I am not lying.
You are not working hard in
my whole body. I had a total system collapse.
Breakdown.
A total
and so you were sent to the.
I am telling you.
I don't know who said okay.
Oh, there's my at least who you saying, but
I also had in Kwana.
Of course. So what your internal organs. No, I am just telling you your internal organs were not working. Ultimately, I am not joking. Me aunt to Hank my friend. She took me there. It's me cry me quiet no cry. One you know who me have no more to think about my aunt and so on. Madam catch it out. Sticker, please. If
Sticker,
national security down.
Mango trees,
yes.
Any name tree.
Mango trees and papa trees and mango tree is a one. Yes.
Mango tree at the
banana. I'm on brutal.
Yes, they carried me there. Opa bisa me person e body.
Mango I had the sack my.
Me kasa want ya. Mankasa me yare akoma ya.
What's na akoma pena na ye.
Adwuma.
The body ni na total system collapse.
Yes. Yes. It's mango leaves no bitty or see am fama men name. I'm telling you. I feel no.
Na we na year ben no.
2017.
Na Dubai.
I swear. What are you talking about? Yeah, kukuru me de me ba ho se me nyare. What is he talking about? It's one in a Zoom meeting near so yare and aso nyare.
Please, viewers, you can make it what you want to make of it. Nanaya Ajantua on the floor there, and she said that she's been attacked. She was unwell, and only her heart worked, but they took her to BNI. Sticker is a bad boy. You heard the question Sticker was asking her, and I saw also heart in Kwana age. When I didn't know who said will be and blah blah blah. Anyway, good evening. Tonight we have a very serious conversation to have. The learned Attorney General has been accused of all kinds of things. Yesterday, the Attorney General held another press conference, Dominica Ini, and in the press conference, he gave an update of where the Kwabena Dubois case was, something we'll talk about. But also, he found the first time he found his voice on the A+ matter. He responded. And tonight we're very worried because we have so much to share with you. He mentioned the name, Dr. Sledge, and we have gone behind to find out who Dr. Sledge is. The revelations will shock you, viewers, about who is Dr. Sledge, what does he do, what is his relationship with government, what is his relationship with the Mineral Investment Fund, what is the relationship with petroleum people, what is his relationship with gold people, what is his new relationship with Marietta Briopon Apia, who is the chairman of the Council of University of Ghana and the presidential advisor to the president of Ghana. Marietta is coming up in the story as well. Dominic Aini already said the extent to which he knows Sledge, and Sledge is also quite well known to A+. We have also sort of gleaned from the story why Dominic Aini brought up Sledge, because everybody is asking. The Attorney General is answering questions of allegations of high crime and integrity challenges. And then in doing so, he brings up another name that it is because of my relationship with this person pre-campaign period. That is why A+ is saying so. Minutes after the Attorney General's press conference is over, A+, the protagonist, is back on social media, and he calls the Attorney General names that are unprintable. We're going to deal with that story in full essence tonight on Good Evening Ghana. Also tonight, we have other stories on the protest against what they call the attack on the Chief Justice is coming up on Monday. We'll show you some pointers to that. And then we have some responses from our flyer. So the A+ story, Dominic Ayine, Dr. Sledge, Marietta Briopon, Mineral Investment Fund, all of that is the big matter for tonight. See this montage with A+ and Dominic Ayine.
Na drinwa no pa area na brenina se uri bompa ya kai Ghana sufre unyankopon fagana shedisa eno na uyo mambapa eno na odo ma woman eno arana yerishe odo ma woman
All right. We're good, isn't it? So we put out a flyer today that said that who is throwing mud at the Article 88 appointee? Article 88 is the Attorney General. That's how he gets appointed. Article 88 prescribes the appointment of the Attorney General. We can't accept that. Kwame, we meant Kwame A+. Kwame, please come again. And then there are a few conversations here. While some journalists are exposing corruption leading to cancellation of dubious business, saving the country several millions of dollars, some too are here, very petty, childish, shameless, fooling, ranting, and clowning. That's from Michael Pendi Toko. Is he a lady? No, it's a man. And then another one, Abdul Salam Mohammed says, A+ is someone no serious party should have as a member. He is uncouth, disrespectful, has no regard for structures and ethics. He is loyal only to his ego and himself. He's a populist politician who won't have a future in the political class. Kofi Bagbo says that what is Paul set to achieve? People are tired of your mischief. Kofi, don't get tired. Don't get tired. And there's no mischief. We're just coming to share the story and they give you the relevant information. There's no mischief here, okay? Kofi Bagbo. Baba Seidu Isaka says, hello, Paulus. Please start your show today with some personal political experience. We get inspired by some of your stories. See you soon. Okay. Baba, if you get inspired with the stories, you have to buy the book that I put together. It's there. I'm going to talk about it from next week. We just wanted the people to print some more. I'm going to spend a lot of time talking about the book from next week. Maybe I'll be doing some interviews as well about the stories in the book. All right. Mohammed Nuruddin says, as usual, it's going to be brutal. The last experienced journalist who refused to be bribed. Paul, you are superb. Where is the bribe that I refuse to take? Get serious, Kakra. Paul, get serious. That's what he says. Efo Makafui says, A+ psychologically hasn't transformed yet from a TV pundit or someone who speaks his mind to a lawmaker yet. He could have made his point in his now deleted post without insulting the Attorney General in that uncouth manner. He overstepped his boundaries this time. Seriously. Efo Makafui Nawao says Augustine Bruno. From the look of things, he's even gotten skeletons in his cupboard. Sugri Jonas says, when the honorable man becomes vulnerable, this is what happens. And Halik Musa says, we go watch, sir. More fire. And the last one, I believe, Manuel Bisiu says, concerts galore. Peter Dale Sr. says, A+ is biting more than he can chew. Fawaz Bun Abdul Aziz says, we've lost your relevance. You've lost your relevance long ago, referring to, I'm sure, me and Good Evening Ghana. Fawaz, Fauzan, if we had lost relevance, you'd not be writing to us, Fauzan. You'd not be writing to us. Okay. Prince Redu says that a full analysis of insult. Well, let's wait and see the analysis. Ibrahim Mustafa says, Kwame A+, you don't get any evidence. If you have evidence, you need to report, you know, the right channel and expose the person because you know support to get Attorney General. It's not well written. Ibrahim Mustafa, I'll come again next time. Joseph Adolayan Conscious says, A+ has so far deleted some of his posts regarding the AG. Robert Benyako says, if you are not corrupt, challenge A+. I'm sure it's referring to the Attorney General. Hajia Halim Tabaraka says, I can't wait to watch, but fear Dumso. Paulus, please tell Mahama his incompetence energy minister has failed by plunging us with Dumso coupled with water crisis, sometimes 72 hours. Where are you writing to us from, Hajia Halima Tabaraka La? James B. Apo says, A+ should step back. You don't want to be an enemy of the Attorney General of Ghana. Additionally, the NDC leadership should call for an emergency meeting between both parties. Why should majority MPs fight in public? 2 majority MPs fight in public. Okay. Charles Nana Eidu, that reminds me, police, get me the photograph of the leader of the House, Mahama Ayariga, the honorable member for Boku, the leader of the House. Get me his photograph. I need to talk about him. Charles Nana Eidu says, if uselessness is a human being, I don't know what that means. Now, Pona Kurima says, hello, sir. Mr. Stomach journalist, can you kindly update us on the Sky Train scandal? Sir, since you always know everything, especially when it feeds your stomach, Paul, please, do you have any updates or are you waiting for the next envelope? We are watching. Poma, what's his name? Pogna Kurima, he says, I'm waiting for the next envelope. The Sky Train is apparently being investigated by Oral. You're asking me that I should provide the latest on the Sky Train. Oral are investigating. They haven't provided any evidence. They haven't told the people of Ghana anything. They say they have evidence that some $2 million was paid for the Sky Train. The Sky Train was never delivered. They have arrested Professor Kunfi, the then chairman of the board, twice. They have spoken to Mr. Solomon, the managing director of the company. He said that he's in touch with the Attorney General. He has conducted Zoom meetings with them. So what is the point about Sky Train? And you say you have some envelope. You said, am I waiting for some envelope? Well, do you want some envelope, Oma? You want envelope? Tell me, is it white or brown? I have some envelopes here. I even have some red ones that we put Christmas cards in. You want envelope? I can give you. Please, if you know, it's a female photograph. I don't know whether it's female or his wife or his daughter. But if you know him or her, tell her that I have red and blue envelopes. He can come for one, isn't it? Okay. Edem Nukufawu says that A+ says what? He's struggling to come to terms with the fact that he's now a legislator and not a social media commentator who is going viral, spewing unsubstantiated allegations via social media. And Richard Goldie says, I love you, Paul. We have a criminal attorney general, he says, but those were his words. We did not say that the attorney general is a criminal. Those are his words. Okay, let's get to business now. Before we get to the serious matter, let me go to the demonstration. Let me get the demonstration story out of the way. I don't know whether the TUC video will also be ready. I'll get that out of the way. Then I'll come to the Dominic Ayeni, A+, Dr. Sledge, Marietta Bruopon, Mineral Investment Fund, and all that. We're going to tell you a story. So wait for it. All right, Minority Caucus. And they say that on the 30th of April is when they release. The event is next Monday, isn't it? Next Monday. That's when the demonstration is occurring. A stand in solidarity with the political parties ahead of the May 5th demonstration to defend Ghana's democracy. The country is indeed tense over the recent unlawful suspension of Ghana's Chief Justice and politically motivated termination of appointments in the public service. To this, the Minority Caucus in Parliament stands in firm solidarity with the political parties who have called for a nationwide demonstration on Monday, 5th May 2025 to defend our democracy. The demonstration led by the New Patriotic Party, Liberal Party of Ghana, National Democratic Party, People's National Party, and other like-minded political organizations is not just a political action, but a constitutional imperative. It seeks to draw the attention of the nation and the international community to the increasing threats to judicial independence, constitutional order, and democratic governance in Ghana. The Minority Caucus echoes those concerns that are sending patriotic Ghanaians to the street to be seen and heard by all in a single cry for order and sanity in our governance today. The concerns that blatant disregard for legal processes and growing trend of judicial intimidation, as witnessed in the Chief Justice's suspension, presents a direct assault on the progress made in our legacy to democratic governance and the rule of law. Be it an attempt to create an environment to conveniently reinterpret Article 66(2) of the Constitution to pave way for a third-term presidential bid for former President John Dramani Mahama, such orchestrations are a clear abuse of power and trust the people of Ghana place in the hands of the executive. Similarly, the unlawful termination of public servants under the guise of political change is a blow to national stability, professional integrity, and economic justice. It is unacceptable for such actions to take root and characterize the period of a change of administration, knowing with certainty the negative effects those decisions have on the youth, and more so knowing it is injudicious motive of perceived affiliations that fuel this agenda. Other equally troubling concerns are indications that there are plans in motion to remove the chairperson of the Electoral Commission and her deputies. Consequently, these actions, if allowed to proceed, risk plunging Ghana into a crisis of legitimacy. Nonetheless, the caucus is again strengthened by the protest, which is in tandem with the very calls many of our members have made on the floor of the House in its first meeting to narrate the adverse effects such executive decisions are having on the ordinary citizens who are losing their jobs. History has shown us the consequences of silence in the face of democratic backsliding, and we cannot afford to ignore the repetition of these dangerous patterns. We strongly reject these developments and all attempts to manipulate constitutional provisions or tamper with the impartiality of the judiciary. We therefore stand in solidarity with the political parties, together with every citizen who cherishes democracy, to urge the peaceful protest. This is not about partisanship. This is about principle. It is about preserving the rule of law, ensuring the independence of the judiciary, and protecting the constitutional fabric of our beloved nation. We must rise in unity and resolve, not as spectators, but as defenders of the Republic. Time to act, the statement says, is now. I'll be very worried hearing that the whole process about the Chief Justice is intended to end with the Electoral Commission also being removed. The executive of the Electoral Commission, the chairperson, and the deputies would also be removed. Johnson Asiedu Nkatia has actually said so, that they should all be removed. All of them should go away. And we see what happens next week. There are two major events. The courts of Supreme Court will be hearing the injunction, whether or not the processes about the Chief Justice's removal would be injuncted by the court. We are waiting to see that on Tuesday. If it's not injuncted by the court, then the acting Chief Justice will have, at least in the immediate time, the leeway to work until another writ comes to the court. It's 1 minute past 10 o'clock, and it's time to deal with the issues. But the TUC, they had some very strong words for President John Dramani Mahama. If you didn't watch the video this morning, have a look at it. See the TUC video, as they often do on May Day, but this one was really strong. Have a look.
Organized labor has been following events surrounding your suspension of the Chief Justice. We have read bits and pieces of the petition seeking the removal of the Chief Justice. Mr. President, organized labor is gravely concerned about this development. Mr. President, this process you have just begun set the country and our democracy on dangerous slippery slope from which we may not recover. We advise, Mr. President, that you hasten slowly and cautiously on this matter. Your decision on this matter will be consequential for our democracy.
Organized labor says that they have been following the purported or attempted removal of the Chief Justice, and they think that it's not a good thing. Okay, all right. Now, So let's get to the stories now. We have the first back to A+, and I just want us to look at the videos, and then I'll come to the narration. But the story, you know, is that A+, at the end of the press conference of the Attorney General yesterday, said the Attorney General, I'm sorry to say, he used these words, quote and unquote, is a fool and he's stupid. I mean, I was confused. Everybody who read it screamed. That was this is the post. So the Attorney General at the press conference said something about explaining why A+ is doing what he's doing. And A+ said, no, that's not why I'm doing what I'm doing. This is not true. What I said was because according to my information, you went to beg for 500,000 cedis that you were going to use it to bribe the appointment committee of parliament. And for your information, you are not the only one. If you are an old fool, I'll reset your brain. Stupid man. I mean, how? I'm not surprised that the post has been deleted. We are very sorry, viewers, for having to read this. We are very sorry about that. But anyway, let me not. We have arranged the story in a way that you can nicely follow. So let's see the first video. Now, the first video is a 4-minute video encompassing most of the 3 themes that we're going to be discussing. And then we have subsequent videos within the 4 minutes where we have split it out into the few themes and then we discuss it. When we are finished, we will tell you about Kwabena Dubois, who appears in court tomorrow as well. We'll tell you about that. Also has to do with Dominic Ayini. So please hold on. Let's watch the first 4 minutes of the video.
The Honorable Kwame Asare-Obeng, a.k.a. A+, took to social media to make spurious allegations against me, calling me corrupt and a thief. Besides the name calling, the Facebook post in its totality was a palpable falsehood. I was never involved in the passage of the sanitation levy, as I was not a member of the Finance Committee of Parliament, let alone to be in a position to influence the composition of the membership of the committee. And I have the Hansard as documentary support for what I'm saying. I have the votes and proceedings of Parliament. Unfortunately, I left them in the office. I think I have them here. Yes. So for the media, the report of the committee as well as the vote and proceedings are here. If you want to do some research on the matter that he alleged that I was involved and I channeled, I made sure that the membership of the committee was, changed, and then the monies from the sanitation levy were channeled to my friend, and so on and so forth. I'm not friends with whoever was the beneficiary of the sanitation levy. But interestingly, A+ warned me in the post not to do anything silly and that he will come after me if I did. That is laughable. First of all, I do not act silly because I think through the consequences of my actions, not only for my person, but also for others. That is what we were taught in Notre Dame Minor Seminary, and I am proud to say, without fear of any contradiction, that I have kept faith with that principle. Secondly, the threat is laughable because I have nothing to hide. I am reliably informed that his basis of saying that I am corrupt and a thief is that I took campaign contribution from a businessman at East Legon known as Dr. Sledge, and that he also knows the people who donated pickups for my campaign. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if receiving donations for your campaign or getting a pickup for a campaign is thievery or corruption, then there are 276 thieves in Parliament, including the person who was making the allegation himself. So, ladies and gentlemen, if A+ has any evidence of corruption or thievery against me, I am challenging him today to call a press conference and present the evidence or present it to the police to investigate me. In contrast, the media should ask him about the silly thing that I was about to do which frightened him so much into making that silly post about me. He should be asked what he knows about the National Service ghost name scandal and related matters. If he can give truthful answers to these questions, then Ghanaians will know why he took to social media to do what he did. But let him be warned that in my hometown of Zorungu, we do not fear mud being thrown at us. On the contrary, we walk into the mud to deal with the person doing the mud slinging. And I am prepared to walk into the mud with A+. Because what I have about him and the National Service scandal, he should come and tell you. I'm challenging him. He should come and tell you, the media, and stop cowardly hiding behind social media to make baseless allegations against people who have worked hard to earn a reputation.
All right, so you heard it. You heard the Dominic Aini. You heard what he said. Now, the next level, and we're going to begin our story here. He said something about a certain Dr. Sledge. Or which one should I take first? Producer, should I take Dr. Sledge first, or should I take the MAD or A+? Okay, let's take Dr. Sledge, and then we deal with the Dr. Sledge bit of the story. He said something about Dr. Sledge. Let's hear him again, and then we come to Dr. Sledge. What did Dominic Aini say?
Reliably informed that his basis of saying that I am corrupt and a thief is that I took campaign contribution from a businessman at East Legon known as Dr. Sledge, and that he also knows the people who donated pickups for my campaign. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if receiving donations for your campaign or getting a pickup for a campaign is thievery or corruption, then there are 276 thieves in Parliament, including the person who was making the allegation himself. So, ladies and gentlemen, if A+ has any evidence of corruption or thievery against me, I am challenging him today to call a press conference and present the evidence or present it to the police to investigate me. In contrast, the media should ask him about the silly thing that I was about to do, which frightened him so much into making that silly post about me. He should be asked what he knows about the National Service ghost name scandal and related matters. If he can give truthful answers to these questions, then Ghanaians will know why he took to social media to do what he did.
So this is Dominic Aini, this is Dr. Sledge, and this is A+. A+ and Dr. Sledge are very, very close to each other. Dominic Aini has gotten to know Dr. Sledge as well, but Dr. Sledge and A+ are buddies, tight. A+ gets to know the activities, the business activities, or should I say the commercial activities of Dr. Sledge, and A+ gets to know which politicians Dr. Sledge has dealt with. So if you're a politician and you're going to deal with Dr. Sledge at East Legon, the assumption is that he's told A+. A+ knows. So if I'm a politician and I go to Dr. Sledge, somebody says, oh, Charlie campaign, Dr. Sledge has money, can I help you? Once Dr. Sledge engages with me, he says, Kwame, now name honorable be or say or your MP or your friend Paul, I don't want you name. Say me name the pie, say blah 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 obeji. Oh, but bonitio, the man or call and say, unim the day no. That's the kind of conversation sometimes they have. So Dr. Sledge here doesn't want to be seen in public. He doesn't want his name, he doesn't want to be heard, he doesn't want anything, he doesn't want anything public. But he may have quite a bit of questions to answer. Because we've stumbled on a few things. Apparently, there's a petition that went to the Office of the Ministry of Justice against him. But the most important thing is that we are finding out questions about Dr. Sledge's relationship with the Mineral Investment Fund, MIF, the state agency, MIF. The difficulty with the conversation is that it appears that MIF is holding Dr. Sledge for a certain huge amount of money. The Mineral Investment Fund is concerned that Dr. Sledge may have occasioned some significant loss to the fund. We know the figure, we'll say it later, but it's big. It's more than 20 million, it's more than 30 million United States dollars, it's more than 40 million. We won't tell you the figure yet, but it's more than 40 million. This is the amount of money that MIF is suspecting and alleging and thinking that Dr. Sledge needs to pay back to them. At some point, MIF situation will become a prosecution matter because this is a state agency. At some point, they may have already done it or they are about to make a report on Dr. Sledge. So Dr. Sledge funds politicians. And I'm sure that being a Ghanaian businessman who is successful, he targets politicians who are of consequence. And so he knows that if this party wins, this one will be Minister for Interior. If this party wins, this one will be Attorney General. If that party wins, this one will be Finance Minister. So that's how he operates, like many businessmen in New York. So he takes his money and then he tries to balance it out that way so that either his business is protected or something like that. Anyway, he's a Ghanaian businessman. So the confusion here is that if the Sledge is having difficulties with MIF, is it not the Attorney General who would be the one to protect the Republic? Hold it there. I'll come to plenty of things. There's a few things I'm saying. If Sledge is having difficulty with MIF in money that is taxpayers' money that may have ended up with him that he needs to restore so that the taxpayer is restored back to even keel, the critical person to do that will be the Attorney General. When did MIF have problems with Dr. Sledge? 2024 and earlier, but 2024, not now. So Dominic Ayini is bringing up Dr. Sledge's name for a reason. And I'll tell you as we build up. Get me back A+ and Sledge and Dominic Ayini. Now, Dominic Ayini is under pressure by Kwame A+. And we're going to talk about A+ and his misconduct tonight. But Dominic Ayini is under severe pressure by Kwame A+. It doesn't happen that a member of parliament says that the Attorney General is a thief and goes on to say things like he's stupid, he's a fool. I mean, that is the lowest. I have had friends, and I'm sure many journalists too. I've had friends who call me from Nigeria, my Nigerian friend, journalists, South Africa and England, say, hey, what's happening in your country? Someone on a Nigerian said, who is the +1 man who is saying that? I said, what is +1? He said, you're +1, they're your guy. Kwame +1. I said, it's A+. He said, yeah, whatever it is. Why is he saying the Attorney General is who is the Attorney General? And why is he, what's happening? I said, don't worry. I said, no, is it true though? I had to painfully say, yeah, it's true. Because he saw it on social media, these days people don't believe it. He said, is it true? I said, it is true. He said +1. You know, when you see A+, you can think of it as different things. So, Dominic Ayini is under pressure. Then the Attorney General, who is obviously under pressure, goes to a press conference to talk about some prosecution. The question comes up about A+. And he says, I know why A+ is doing what he's doing. He's doing that because I took money from Dr. Sledge at East Legon. I mean, it doesn't sit well. He says, I took campaign donation, but it is money. Said it's campaign donation from a certain Dr. Sledge at East Legon. He doesn't say who Sledge is. The Attorney General doesn't go on to say Sledge is that person. He doesn't say anything. He just leaves the name there. He exposes Sledge to the public. Do you know why? He is doing that to put pressure on Kwame A+. Because Sledge is a benefactor to Kwame A+. Sledge most likely funded heavily Kwame A+'s campaign. Sledge and A+ are very close. But Sledge doesn't want his name in the public. So if Dominic Ayini puts Sledge's name in the public as a result of A+'s rantings, Sledge is going to put the lid on A+. This is the story. Dominic Ayini is hoping that by dropping the name Dr. Sledge in the public domain at a big platform like the press conference of the Attorney General, Sledge will feel the pressure and the heat. And Sledge will know that this my name has become public as a result of A+ onya botre Kwame nya botre and waya nyako bomidi me mpesa de no. So that Sledge will now put a lid on Kwame A+. Because Sledge doesn't want to be seen. And Dominic Ayini knows that he may have Sledge by the carrot and the stick. Because Sledge has myth issues. Is it coming? Okay. So that is the source of A+'s anger after the... Now put back A+'s post. Let me explain to you. Put back A+'s post. Okay. You put the A+'s post here and let's watch the Dominic Ayeni on Sledge again. And then I'll come back. Let's watch Dominic Ayeni on Sledge. Let me see that video.
I am reliably informed that his basis of saying that I am corrupt and a thief is that I took campaign contribution from a businessman at East Legon known as Dr. Sledge, and that he also knows the people who donated pickups for my campaign. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if receiving donations for your campaign or getting a pickup for a campaign is thievery or corruption, then there are 276 thieves in Parliament, including the person who was making the allegation himself.
So this is what Dominic said, that, ladies and gentlemen, the cat is out of the bag. A+ is saying that because I took campaign contribution in the form of money from a certain Dr. Sledge. Look at A+'s post. Look at the first word of the post. Look at it. He says, no. That no means a lot. Don't mention Dr. Sledge. Dominic, what is wrong with you? Why are you talking about Dr. Sledge? Who told you to mention? He said, no, that is not true. That's A+'s first reaction. No to what? Dr. Sledge. Don't mention Sledge. If you mention Sledge, I'm in trouble. Sledge doesn't like that. And if you want to put me in trouble, I'll teach you a lesson. So look at the continuation. This is a content analysis of literature and paragraphs, isn't it? Okay, let's continue. No, that is not true. What I said was, now, when he says no, that is not true, he's coming to confirm to Sledge that he did not say that. So he's making it, this, what I said was, is not for Dominic Ayeni's attention, it's for Sledge's attention. No, that is not true. What I said was, because according to my information, you went to beg. He doesn't say who Dominic Ayeni is begging. We will assume that is Sledge. But he doesn't say who. He says you went to beg because A+ does not want to mention Sledge's name in public. He doesn't want to do that because Sledge doesn't like that. Dominic Ayeni has done something disturbing to Kwame A+ by dropping the name of Sledge. Sledge himself is a problem that the Attorney General should not be talking about him. I'll come to that in a minute. I'll come to that. He says you went to beg for 500,000 cedis that you were going to use it to bribe. You see, A+ is moving the conversation away from Sledge and bringing in other things that will generate interest of the reader, the Appointments Committee of Parliament. That's what he's trying to do. And he's writing this in anger and frustration against Dominic Ayeni. That's why he ends the way he ends. Because as he's writing it, his anger against Ayeni is building up. His anger against Ayeni this time is not so much about the corruption, it's about the name of Sledge that Ayeni shouldn't have mentioned. This is A+'s anger at this stage. You went to beg for 500,000 cedis that you were going to use it to bribe the appointment committee. Now, who will go and beg for money and say, I'm going to use it to bribe appointment committee? But A+, it is possible that he must have told him that, oh, I need to see the committee and all that. Yes, it's possible. But A+ is using the word bribe so that it will catch attention. And he's using the appointments committee so that it will look like a scandal, moving it away from Sledge. Because Dominic Ayeni said, I went to a businessman in East Legon called Dr. Sledge to take campaign contribution. And he ends there. He doesn't say who Sledge is. A+ knows that this is going to be pressure on him. So he says, when to use the appointment committee to Parliament, that you were going to use the bribe to bribe the appointment committee of Parliament. So he's saying again, heaping more pressure on the Attorney General, that the Attorney General, when he was going for his vetting, had evinced an intention to influence the appointments committee by bribery. This is worse against the Attorney General. This is A+ intended to say something bigger than the first one because he has mentioned Sledge's name. A+ now says that in addition to talking about corruption of the Attorney General, here is some evidence that he's providing. that the Attorney General took money to go and bribe the Appointments Committee of Parliament to secure his vetting. Very dangerous matter. Tonight, I'm going to list all the Attorney Generals of the Fourth Republic, and then we'll look at something. Fourth Republic Attorney Generals, and we'll look at something. What A+ said here is terrible. It requires people to be resigning. It requires people to be leaving and a committee being set up. And that's why I was talking about Mahama Ayariga, the leader of the House. This is massive. So A+ is desperate to move the story away from Sledge. It doesn't mean that A+ is creating the story. I'm not saying that. He's looking for something and he may have found it that will take the attention away from the Sledge that Dominic Ayine talked about, because all of us media people are now going to jump on, hey, who is Sledge? Who is Sledge? This is what Ayine wanted. This is what A+ doesn't want. This is what Sledge hates. Ayine wanted people to say, who is Sledge? Who is Sledge? Sledge will feel that A+ has put him into trouble. Then, because Sledge has a lot of trouble, I'll tell you tonight. He said he's going to use that to bribe the Appointments Committee. And then he goes on. And for your information, you are not the only one. A+ is suggesting to whoever who is reading it, who is going to think about calling him to Privileges Committee and all that, and who is that person who has also collected money from Sledge, that all of you have taken money from Sledge, I know. So this post that I'm making about Dominic Ayine, don't try and come and tell me you are taking me to Privileges Committee. If you do, I'll mention all of you your name. That is A+'s modus operandi. Threats of I'll mention, because he has a lot of information. I'll mention. That's what they do. That's what they were doing on UTV. I'll mention. Hey, when they have the story, it's always a threat first. That's what they do all the time. This one threatening, this one threat. They all have information about each other. They have proper. Every day they've done something that the other person knows. It's like that. It's a gamut of, all of that. He said, and for information, you are not the only one. If you are an old fool, I will reset your brain. Stupid man. At this stage, A+ is expressing his anger for Dominic Ayine to even go and mention Sledge. Let's go on with the story. Dominic Ayine now goes on to say that he will deal with A+ in a certain way. Let's see that video.
Let him be warned that in my hometown of Zorungu, we do not fear mud being thrown at us. On the contrary, we walk into the mud to deal with the person doing the mud slinging. And I am prepared to walk into the mud with A+. Because what I have about him and the National Service scandal, he should come and tell you, I'm challenging him. He should come and tell you, the media, and stop cowardly hiding behind social media to make baseless allegations against people who have worked hard to earn a reputation.
It is in this paragraph that you see that the Attorney General is under severe pressure. Now, I've never seen an Attorney General who is in this tussle and then says that where I come from, no, that's not Attorney General. That's not Attorney General. Where I come from, the throne will play in the mud. A+, I will descend into the gutter with you. It's not Attorney General. It signifies an Attorney General who is under severe pressure. And I feel bad about it because I know Dominic. He's under severe pressure. And I'll show you the history of Attorney Generals, and you will look at those of you can remember, even Godfrey Dame, the last one. You will see that there's been never any, in the history of Attorney Generals, that there has been any Attorney General who has had this kind of difficulty. Yes, thank you. I'll come to them. I'll come to them in a minute. This part, I think that if Dominic Ayine and his team are watching the press conference, they should delete this part, and they should understand that it's a certain psychological framework that made him say the things he said in this video, and he should move himself away from that psychological framework anytime he has to address the public. How can an Attorney General say that I'm in the mud, so I'm in the mud, so it's a bit pedestrian. I'm sorry, it's a bit pedestrian. Attorney General, Minister for Justice, is addressing a press conference. A member of parliament has accused you of something, and then he does the thing that A+ and the people do on social media, the thing all of them do. If A+ knows what I know about him, in the national service. Oh boy, Attorney General doesn't talk like that. If A Plus knows what I know about him in the national service scandal, he should come and answer to you, the media, what he, A Plus, knows about the national service scandal. A Plus hasn't said anything about national service scandal. You, the Attorney General, you said there's a national service scandal and that a member of parliament was paid a certain amount of money. I came here, got the information and said the member of parliament that Dominic Ayine was referring to is Kwame A Plus, because we got information that Kwame A Plus went to the NIB about this matter and they asked him questions about the 1.5 million. You, the Attorney General, you didn't provide the name. Attorney General has all the prosecutory powers in the world. You don't have to come to a press conference and say, if he knows what I know. Attorney General. It is a dereliction of duty, because the Attorney General doesn't get the information because he is a nice man. He gets the information because he holds the people's power. As a result of the social contract, he has the authority to prosecute for us. By reason of he having the authority and being the principal legal advisor to the government and the lead prosecutor and the leader of the Ghana Bar Association, he gets that information. That information is not supposed to be within his custody, either for trading off, for bragging, or for anything. Whatever information he has to execute the information through a prosecution so that the republic can be saved. The Attorney General has that information because he represents the 30 million Ghanaians in that office of the Ministry of Justice. When information comes to him, he's collecting the information on behalf of the people of Ghana. So I don't collect my information about the people of Ghana. No. So if I go and hear that Kwame Plus calls me, say, Paul, brother, but minister way, then we do kokosa. That's not on behalf of the people of Ghana. I can decide to come here and say it. I can decide not to say it. But the Attorney General does not get information in and of his own behalf. He's collecting the information on behalf of the people of Ghana. So if he has information that there's been a national service scandal and Kwame A Plus is involved in it, it is dereliction of duty for the Attorney General to come and tell us that I have the information. He knows. It's a threat that he's threatening Kwame A Plus. That's not how Attorney Generals behave. No way. This part is very disturbing. The Attorney General of the Republic of Ghana, he stands there and says that, well, I've heard what A Plus has said. My lawyers have taken legal action against him. In the meantime, we will begin the prosecution of the national service scandal. And A Plus is the third accused person, and I know that's why he's talking. He's third accused because he took 1.5 million cedis as corrupt money in perpetration of an evil. We have sued him under section so and so of the Criminal Offences Act. He should come to court and answer. That's how the Attorney General talks. Not, hey, me, where I come from, we are in the mud. If you like, you will see. You will go to the mud. And he A Plus. He's talking about me. He is part of, no. Of a Dominic. How are you, sir? This part is not good. It's not good at all. It makes A Plus look good. It makes A Plus look, yeah, he's talking about me. I've managed to reduce the Attorney General. He's now come, we are talking as if we're in the boxing ring. I've reduced him to that. I have reduced the Attorney General. A Plus walk around. It's one of the Attorney General. Or Kasati say class 3, Nipa. So one of then you'll be laughing. Our Attorney General should not be subjected to that. He is not the Attorney General of Ayine and Feli law firm. He's the Attorney General of the Republic of Ghana, appointed under Article 88. There I say that he is the most important minister as far as the Constitution is concerned. Why do I say that? Because the Constitution does not prescribe the naming of any minister. So you will see that when Parliament does their act, they will always write the minister responsible, the minister responsible, the minister responsible in the acts of Parliament. So if you look at what they are discussing and they say the minister responsible, then you know it's transport, then you know it's finance. Not for the Attorney General. The 1992 Constitution has published in Article 88 that whether the President likes it or not, whether I like it or not, you like it or not, there has to be an Attorney General who is a Minister of State, who is the principal legal advisor to the government. All prosecutions will be initiated in the name of the Attorney General. And every action against the government shall be instituted against the Attorney General. That's why you hear lawyers say, this versus the Attorney General, this versus the Attorney General, Tufo and the Attorney General, Salah and the Attorney General, Mensa and the Attorney General, this and the Attorney General, MPP and the Attorney General, NDC and the Attorney General. It's not because the Attorney General is a bad guy that every day they are suing him. It is because Article 88 says that all actions against the government shall be instituted against the Attorney General. So you are suing the president. No, you can't sue president. You are suing ministers, you sue the Attorney General. You are suing Gapoha, you sue the Attorney General. You want to sue GBC, you sue the Attorney General. The Attorney General also initiates all prosecutions on behalf of the government. So you see custom prosecuting, they are prosecuting in the name of the Attorney General. Police are prosecuting, they are prosecuting in the name of the Attorney General. Tomorrow is a working day. There are about 3,000 courts in Ghana. About 1,800 of them will be prosecuting criminal matters. All the 1,800, assuming my calculation is correct, all those prosecutions are being initiated in the name of the Attorney General. So this is the size of the Attorney General. How then does A+ come and say the things that he's saying, and the Attorney General's response to A+ is that I come from the mud. So if you like come, you will see, we'll fight in the mud. And your National Service scandal is coming, you will see. Like some Adisco boys chatting, and like some St. Augustine's boys who are trying to brag at Peu Junction, or they've gone to Kotokraba, or they've gone to Solis. And then Kabucho boys have come and they're, you will see what I, yeah, you think that me, I'm a small boy, sure, me when I come from. Attorney General appointed at Article 88. No. And Kwame A+, then Rice, he's stupid. Anyway, let's go to the next one, because I'm being signaled that. All right, so the last video is Attorney General says that he will sue A+, which was better. Let's see that one.
The question of whether I'm going to file a defamation suit against A+, well, I have considered it, but I want to spend the time profitably doing the work that the president has appointed me to do. I don't want any side show going to court every day with you media people on my back. I want to sit in that office and make sure that I do the work that His Excellency has, appointed me to do. So I will not spend my time, going to court for defamation.
Very respectful, Leonard Attorney General, without resolving this A+ matter, you cannot go on with the work that the president has given you. You can't. I'm serious. And I know some people, those who don't agree with me, please send a text. I'm serious. Attorney General Dominic Kaini cannot proceed with the work President Mahama has given him without resolving the fact that a member of parliament says you are thief and corrupt, which you yourself repeated, and just after you said that and told the member of parliament that what you said about Dr. Sledge, the member of parliament comes and says you are a fool and you are stupid. And you will ignore that and go ahead with the work President Mahama has given you. The work President Mahama has given you is clothed in integrity of the Attorney General. It's clothed in it. It's clothed in the integrity. So the integrity is the foundation for you to start the work. Without that integrity, you cannot proceed to do the work. Otherwise, you will be working in positivist law as Attorney General, and in the natural law, you will not be an Attorney General at all. Because people can tell. Today, everybody is interested in what A+ was saying about the Attorney General. You cannot sweep that away and then proceed with the work that President Mahama has given you. That matter has to be sufficiently dealt with for the Attorney General to come out unscathed and say that no, A+ was wrong. And then beyond that, the Attorney General can proceed with his work. Until and unless this matter is properly dealt with, every time Dominic Ayeni is seen, everybody remembers A+. Every time he says something, everybody remembers A+. Every time he hosts a press conference, everybody remembers A+. And A+ is not a non-entity. He's a member of parliament for Goma Central. He's a member of parliament. He's not a non-entity. He's not like me. I'm a non-entity, so if I talk here, you can decide to ignore it. Nobody cares. But this is a member of parliament, and that's why I'm wondering why the leader of parliament, Mahama Yarega, has not said anything about this matter. I don't know whether behind the scenes he's doing something. Honorable, how are you? We know that you are very busy with the Boko conflict. Good luck. I hope that everything will be peaceful there. I hear that it's getting better. So, so you've done well. Please, let's have peace in Boko. But beyond peace, Honorable Leader of the House, your people, Dominic Ayeni, your good friend, way back from the faculty, and A+, the one who is sitting with your people, they are fighting butu. And we are critical of the way that Dominic Ayeni has been handling some of the things. So, leader, please, can you intervene and let's understand? Because as I'm just saying to Dominic, we have to cross this line. Otherwise, there's no Attorney General at all. If we don't cross this line, there's no attorney general. An attorney general that Nigerian journalists, South African journalists are calling me, they are calling all the people, all the journalists in Ghana, asking them that, is it true that somebody said that the attorney general is corrupt? And what is happening in Ghana? I mean, this is about Ghana. And I'll come to A+. Please, A+ too. A+. No British MP. And we're talking about the democracy and the sustenance. No British MP. And no American congressman, even if he has the gamut of evidence, will publish on social media that the Attorney General of Britain is a thief. He will never do that. It may be that, but he won't do it. What did the Ghan say? Anokwale ni jama awe. Anokwale ni jama awe. So A+ must wake up. What is wrong with him? He thinks that the member of parliament thing is simple, like the way we live our lives now, like the way we're doing Kwame A+, say 1 2 1 2. Debbie, Kwame, parliament is not like that. Oh. It's a serious matter. You're a member of parliament, you can't come on Facebook and write stupid. In fact, the privileges committee must talk to MPs and deal with this matter because it's embarrassing our democracy. The things that are happening is embarrassing our democracy. What is this? The Attorney General is on another tangent saying something. Then this member of parliament says, Attorney General is a fool, stupid man. Are you serious? If he is Dominic Ayinde, you can say anything you want to say to him. But Kwame A+, you have to understand that when they say somebody is Attorney General, it is for all of Ghana. It's not for you and it's not for him. It's the whole Ghana's Attorney General. There's no campaign time. Oh, the campaign is over. John Mahama was declared the winner. So we are done with campaign. We are trying to sustain our democracy for the sake of the country and the children. You shouldn't be the one to be derailing our democracy because you think that when you're dean, you can speak the truth. Maka. It doesn't work like that. That's not how to build a nation, Kwame. You can't build a nation like that. The Attorney General is a stupid man. Give me the Attorney Generals. I cannot imagine for the life of me. Hey, this is the bar president's father, please. What's his name again? Tony Forson. This is Mr. Forson, the first Attorney General of the Fourth Republic. I cannot, even if you say you don't know him, those who know him, I cannot imagine anybody publish something and say, call him a fool, stupid man. I can't see it. Obeda Samoa. I mean, I had a conversation. Somebody said they wanted political stories. Where's Nana Akufo-Addo's photograph? Beautiful. I had a conversation with Nana Akufo-Addo many years ago. And I asked him that. And maybe I've said this story before. I asked Nana Akufo-Addo that. This was in the year 2000, 24 years ago. And I asked him in his private office in Adabraka. And I said, those days we had several nicknames for him, but don't tell him. We used to call him Ojatanai. I won't tell you the meaning. We used to call him Adodi. Then we used to call him, the other one I won't say it. But he didn't know that that's how we call him. So I called Kwame Kufu. Ojatanai they say, then I climb up. So I went to him and said, who do you think is the best lawyer in Ghana? So he paused. I thought he wouldn't even take the question serious. I thought he was going to smile. He paused and he considered it a very serious question. Then he said, Paul, this is a very interesting question. I never thought about it. Of which generation? That's what he asked. So I knew he was going towards his father, Akufo-Addo and his father. He said, of which generation? And I said, oh no, not your father's time. I mean, your generation coming from the 70s up until now. Who do you think is the best lawyer? He thought about it. Then he said, it's very difficult to tell. So I started throwing names at him. J.K. Ajiman, he's a great lawyer. C.B.K. Zwen is a fantastic. Then he paused, so I also paused. He said, for what he did with 31st, I think that Peter Ajete is the best lawyer. So I woke up. Philip Addison was listening. And then I saw him nodding. I was in his office, but I could hear us. I saw Philip nodding in agreement that Nanado is right. He said, for what he did with 31st, I think it's Ajete. Then I asked him, what about Obed Asamoah? So because Nanado and Obed Asamoah had been in many legal battles at the time and they've been fighting in court, arguing against each other, I thought he was going to say that, Obed is not a good lawyer. I thought he was going to say that. So when I said, what about Obed Asamoah? Then he said, Obed is an able man. He's an able man. Obed is an able man. I think Kwame Kufu was in this conversation. He said, Obed is an able man. I was so impressed. Because for me, a small boy, I know that MPP doesn't like NDC. NDC don't like MPP. So if you ask MPP person about NDC, I thought Akufo-Addo was going to say, he said, no, Obed is an able man. He said, he's an able man. I didn't quite understand what that meant. But I said, oh no, Obed is an able man. This is how even rival future attorney generals have done this. Obed was attorney general at the time, had described the attorney general. This is what he said. And another thing that probably is creating problem for Dominic Ayine is the regular press conferences about trials. Because again, I said this before, during the Quality Grain, I was reporting Quality Grain for Joy FM. And Akufo-Addo will never grant an interview after the court. He will tell me that, did you listen to everything that happened in the court? Write it out and go and say it. Make sure you don't defame anybody. He will tell me that make sure your script doesn't defame anybody. So sometimes I read it to him. He just listens. He doesn't participate. He doesn't want to know what I'm going to say on the radio. He's not interested. And then when we get out, he's descending the Supreme Court steps. You know, the graphic, everybody comes. Said, Akufo-Addo said, no, it's sub judice. I can't talk about it. I said that before. Attorney generals don't go and be rattling cases at media houses. They don't do that. Dominic Ayine is doing that. It's not proper. Obed Asamoah didn't do that. Akufo-Addo didn't do that. Papa Usu-Akuma didn't do that. Ayikwe-Otu. In fact, Joy FM used to play that line for a very long time. Ayikwe-Otu was prosecuting the Mrs. Rawlings case. And then he came out of the court and some Joy FM reporter went in there. He said, who are you? Where are you from? Joy FM. Why are you not listening? Why are you not listening? I can't talk about it. This Ayikwe-Otu. Ayikwe-Otu doesn't do that. There's no attorney general in this photograph who's done that. Joe Gatti. I was with him throughout the prosecution of the MV Benjamin. Never once would Joe even give me an interview. I was in his office and he was on the phone and I happened to hear what he's saying, he put the phone and said, Paulus, you didn't hear anything. Oh. You cannot publish anything. I said, yes, sir. I was a personal friend with Joe Gatti. He was prosecuting the case. I was with him most of the time. In fact, the day he was making the most important phone call about the MV Benjamin arrest, I was sitting in front of him. I couldn't report it to City. That time we started City. I couldn't. Joe Gatti told me that you can't. So I have to wait for them to issue a press statement hours after the event had happened. And I could have done breaking news with City. I could have called Samens or Bernard or Richard Sky and say, Charlie, we have breaking news. Joe Gatti has just called for the arrest of this person. Joe Gatti told me you can't. You are my friend, but you can't do that. I'm Attorney General. When I do the thing, I have to first go to cabinet and show it to them. Then I have to go to Oboshi and Co. They will draft a press release and then I can give it to you. If you want me to give you the press release first, I'll give it to you first. But you can't discuss and describe anything you have seen here. That was Joe Gatti. He was Attorney General. Betty Mould, again, I used to visit her late in the night. You can ask Agbamava. He was there. Betty Mould will express a lot of things, and I ask her for an interview. Say, hey, Paul, you want me to give an interview on the prosecutions I'm doing? I can't. I remember that so clearly. It was late in the night. She was in the office late in the night, 10 p.m., 9 p.m., she was there. Alec Plem will be there. And I was asking her about, giving me interviews. And she said, no, she can't do that. She was Attorney General. Martin Amidu never did that. He doesn't talk like that. Benjamin Kumbo, as for Marietta, did you ever even hear her talking? I'll come to Marietta and what's his name? Sledge. Gloria Ekufu. There was a lot of pressure on Gloria during the Exton Cubic case. I gave her pressure. I told Dami I want to speak to Gloria. Gloria will not speak to me after. When the case ended, then Dami told me that he was Deputy Attorney General and that now that the case is over, Gloria may speak. So let's go and see her. Godfrey Dami said, Gloria may speak, so let's go and see her. So he led me to Gloria Kufu's office and said, Attorney General, Paul would like an interview on the Exton Cubic. And he said, oh, didn't he hear the ruling, Mr. Adomochi? Judge, I want it. So we beg, massage. I told her it's of high public interest. It's a minerals that belong to Ghana, blah, blah. Then she reluctantly agreed. And then we did the interview. And she wanted me to ask her this question. She said, this is the question you are going to ask. What is the effect of the ruling in Exton Cubic? I remember clearly, and Dami said, yeah, that's a good question. And that's what we did. So she sat down, I said, the cameras were there. I said, what is the effect of the Exton Cubic ruling? And then she repeated everything the judge said. That's what Gloria did. She repeated everything the judge said. So, Attorney General Dominic Ayine, you don't come and do a press conference. I have arrested Charles Dubois, Kwame Dubois, Tomorrow I will take him to court. Now I also have Masset, National Service scandal. Why? Why is Attorney General prosecuting the matters in the media? It is these kinds of things that allow people like A+ then to come at him so hard. Because Attorney General, sana go here, sani do. Attorney General, you don't come and then you are press conference. Then many lawyers are sending something to me today that as you say that Attorney General was inappropriately dressed. I mean, I don't understand it. But all the lawyers are sending it to me that you don't wear court wear out and then even come and address a press conference. That's what many lawyers are sending to me. Some of the lawyers are in DC. They said that the Attorney General was not properly dressed for the press conference. So I'm not sure why Dominic Ayine, I don't understand it. Is it not just yesterday that we saw the youngest Attorney General, Godfrey Dami, do his work? He was the youngest Attorney General. He did his work. He never once did he hold press conference and say, I'm going to prosecute Richard Jakpa tomorrow. I'll start the prosecution from 9 o'clock and he will see what I'll do to him. And go and say he's a criminal, he's a thief. So what Kwabena Dubai did was that he opened 2 bank accounts. One bank account, in the press conference. Kwabena Dubai is not there to say, hey, Attorney General, you're not saying the truth. Who opened 2 bank accounts? Stop that, it's not correct. The Attorney General should properly address these matters in court. Then when the court has finished, Joy FM will call their man. City FM will call their man and say, what happened? Then you say that when he was reading out the charges, the Attorney General indicated that so and so and so and so and so. However, counsel for Kwabena Dubai opposed. Counsel explained that so and so and so and so. Court has adjourned until next week Tuesday. Perfect. That's how it's done. You will say it in court and the journalist will pick it up. The other lawyer will respond. The journalist will pick it up. The journalist will come and report to the general public that the Attorney General said this, counsel for the defense said this, the judge ruled on it like this, the judge has adjourned the ruling till this, counsel asked for a stay of execution, it was opposed in this manner, counsel asked for stay of proceedings, it was opposed in this manner, counsel has filed an application before the Court of Appeal, the court has adjourned until the determination of the Court of Appeal. That's what it is. We don't want to hear from Attorney General who sits in a press conference in a monologue where there's no lawyer there to oppose him, said that Kwabena Dubai had stolen money. He had used 49 million cedis to buy houses at... Whoa. Well, let's go back to Sledge and let's finish the Sledge story. So you understand now the Sledge problem. Marietta, well, let's have Marietta there. Okay. Marietta Brew Apia is also a friend of Sledge. So what we know so far, and we won't say too much about the Marietta one. Today is what, Thursday, next week Tuesday. By the weekend we have all the information. We've got a number of people who have called me wanting to tell me about Sledge, about 6 key people wanting to tell me who Sledge is. Some of them say Sledge owed them. Some of them say they wrote the petition. Some of them say the MIF money has done this. I don't even know how to hear. So I've deployed it on some of my friends. So I talk to this guy, listen to you two, listen to the Saturday morning we are playing football somewhere. So the guys are coming to the football place and then I'll hear more. You know, they were telling me today, you see, we're in, there's a place called, it's on the Osu Honeysuckle. We were watching football. Manchester United game. So because Manchester United was leading me, I wasn't listening to them. They say, are you listening? Sledge, I said, oh, Charlie, this Bruno Fernandes. You Saturday morning we talk about Sledge. Today let me go and do the program and then we'll finish. They are not very happy with me at all because they don't just give me the information today. Me too, I was watching Manchester United. The producer too was calling me, boss, where are you? It's now 8:30. I had to hurry up and come. They were telling me Sledge. So Sledge seems to have an interesting relationship with Marietta Brew. That one will come later. Inside the next week, it will come. Now, viewers, take note. I have not come across this information in my role as Attorney General. So this information, I can decide to do what I like with it. It is my private information. I have decided that in aid of the public service broadcasting agenda, we will have to share it with the general public because it is of public interest. But I can decide that I won't talk about it again. But the Attorney General cannot do that. Because when he gets the information, he gets it standing in the stead of the Republic of Ghana. And he has to do what he has to do. Anyway, So we are, Marietta, let's say hello to her, goodbye, and then we'll come to that. I need to congratulate Marietta Brew for becoming the chairman of the University Council, the University of Ghana. Fantastic, my lady, fantastic. Former Attorney General, I think this is fantastic. We will be talking about your relationship with Sledge. We know everything that has happened. Well, we don't know everything, but we know a lot of it. Or how you are trying to help him. We know how you are trying to help him. We know. So don't worry, we know. We are here. We've been here for long, so we are always here. We know. But we'll talk about it later. All right, let me go to Kobe, who is our only text message provider tonight, and see what people are saying. The lawyers are still sending me texts. Mm-hmm. Yes. Somebody says here that Sledge is a nickname. Or we told you it's a nickname. Okay, it's a nickname. I understand that. And then another person said that, did you hear Dominic Ayini use the word silly at his press conference? Did he use the word silly? Oh, he did? Yes. Hey, okay. Godfrey Dame never held a single press conference. We remember that he used to issue press statements about the awards at the international community. Only when he was trying to correct the facts that Bright Simmons usually wrote. I remember. Bright Simmons would write these international things. He was very interested. He would write this and write that and write this. Another person says, Paul, go to the ethics of the Bar Association. You will see that Dominic Ayini's dressing was not correct as far as the bar is concerned. Okay. Another one says, oh, this is interesting. Viewers, a text from Dominic Ayini, because I texted him earlier today. Or was it yesterday? Let me look at the text, the last one. It's yesterday. Yesterday at 10:54, I texted him. So Dominic Ayini has texted back. He said, Paul, you are putting a slant on the story to give an impression that I'm trying to gag A+ through Dr. Sledge. I take exception to that. Please go back and read my press conference statement. I am disappointed in you, but not surprised. Oh, Attorney General, I'm sorry. Don't be disappointed. I have more integrity than the person you were working with on the law house contract. Oh. I was working on law house contract? Me? I was working on law house contract. Attorney General, sorry about that. I see that you say you are disappointed. Please don't be. We are all concerned about. Attorney General says, viewers, and this is live, Attorney General says that the slant I put on the story. Please, let's have Attorney General A+ and this guy there again, because Attorney General has written. Let's treat it very seriously. Attorney General says, now, viewers, the slant I put on was that Dominic is bringing out Sledge to gag A+. Attorney General says, no. He says, I take exception to that. He says it is completely off. Please go back and read my press statement. Okay. No, the press statement, he didn't say that he's gagging. We imputed it. So he says he takes exception to that. He said, go back and read my press statement. I am disappointed in you, but I'm not surprised. Oh, that I apologize, Attorney General. You don't need to be disappointed. It's part of the explanation that we do here. There's no need to be disappointed. But then he says that he has more integrity than the person you were working on the law house contract with. He is referring to... I don't need to put fire into that one. Let me leave it. I don't need to put fire into it. But at least we have had the Attorney General express his view on the matter. The Attorney General says that the slant we put on this, that he was using Sledge to gag A+ is not true. But Attorney General, now that we're at it, who is Sledge then? Who is Sledge? You mentioned Dr. Sledge. You didn't say anything about him. So naturally, you get journalists wanting to know who is Sledge. And in us wanting to know who is Sledge, everybody is talking to us. And that is where the story from the use of Sledge's name to gag A+ is coming from. Perhaps if you are told us in at least one more line that Sledge is so and so and so and so. But also Sledge and myth, the issues, all of that is important. I see I have a text from somebody who is writing about MIFA. So viewers, sorry, I'm sharing my text message with you tonight. It is for public interest. The person just said that the myth matter may have more than you said. So call me after your show. Hey. He says the myth matter may have more than you said. So call me after your show. Vincent Asifwa says I should mention his name. He says, I was shocked to have seen the Attorney General roped in the way he did. That rope is simply for the court and even at the court and not even at the court premises. Okay. No problem. It is a big matter. So at least, please tell Dominic Aini. Let me just reply. Thank you, sir. Viewer, sorry, let's do it together. So how do you spell it? THANK. I've written that one. YOU. Thank you, sir. SIR, comma. It's comma. Please. The correction. Please. Your concern has been published. Your concern has been duly published. Usually when I send text to Dominic, I have to send it also to Tamaklo because maybe Dominic won't see it. I'm sure, I don't know. Oh, he's online. He's showing online. So thank you, sir. Please, your concern has been duly published. Please don't be disappointed. Okay, don't be disappointed. He also see that I'm typing. Don't be disappointed. We are together. We are together. We are together. Lecturer and student. Lecturer and student. Because of our common friend D. I won't tell you who D is, viewers. Let me leave that one. Because of our common friend D, we are together, lecturer and student. I've sent that to Dominic Aini. It has ticked 2. Does he do blue tick? No, he doesn't do blue tick. So, but he's still online, so he has seen it. Good evening, Leonard Attorney General. If you are watching, we are all very concerned about this A+ issue, and we really want you out of it. We are all very concerned about the A+ issue. As for A+, the National Democratic Congress has removed him from their caucus, and they should do that very quickly. A+ has a little bit more bad news coming. Asamoah Boateng, what is it? Asamoah Boateng has won a defamation suit against Kwame A+. He has won it. The court is asking A+ to pay money to Asamoah Boateng for defaming him. The case is entitled Asamoah Boateng versus Kwame Asare-Bediako A+. According to Asabi, the allegations by A+ that he, Asabi, used state powers to wrongfully appropriate the property of a young man at Pram Pram in the Greater Accra region were false. A+ further alleged that Asabi used land gas to dispose the said young man from his property. The court ruled in favor of Asabi and ordered A+ to pay 350,000 cedis in defamation. This is Jerry Avenobo for A+ and Chenebo Asakode for Asabi. So, my friend Jerry, I saw him. Jerry, is it today we bet? I saw Jerry today or yesterday. I think it's today. It's today. I'll see him on the football field on Saturday. We'll play football. Jerry, but you lost the case. Oh, Charlie, sorry. Congratulations to Chenebo Asakode, the winning lawyer, Asabi's lawyer. So that's the latest on Kwame A+. The court says you should come and pay money. But I think that the majority caucus should deal with this A+ thing very, very seriously. And the parliament people should deal with this seriously. Somebody called me and said that, can you imagine how Akufo-Addo is laughing on looking at the A+ and NDC relationship? I said, well, I don't know whether he's laughing. Nana Ajantua got the appointment. What was this? Nana Ajantua got the appointment because of things like this. It's been alleged that A+ has been removed from the majority caucus of parliament. Yes. And from the WhatsApp group. Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. We checked that A+ has been removed. It's very true. It's 11 o'clock on the holiday, May Day holiday, and let's get... Oh, please. Viewers, sorry, today we are doing text message. The Attorney General has texted again. Oh, the Attorney General is a democratic man, oh. He says, no, please, you are not. You cannot do what you are doing to me and pretend we are together. Attorney General is getting upset. He's very upset. Okay, I won't read it again. I'll look for time and go and see him. I won't read it again. So I'm sending something to him, but that one I won't tell you. Okay. Attorney General is very unhappy with the publication. So we have done justice to his view of the matter, haven't we? We have done justice to his... Fortunately for us, it's in the same program and in the same time slot. We have done justice to his view of the matter. But he's quite upset, and I can understand. I mean, I think that he's transferring some of the anger on A+ onto the show and onto me. But that's allowed. That's allowed. I'm sure by the time the day goes tomorrow and all that, when he gets to hear our view, it's fine. But this is a growing story. This is a very, very, very big growing story. So we will manage it as time goes on. Our next target is A+, and to look at how Parliament will deal with these things, because we cannot have these things going on. A member of Parliament cannot come and be calling other people names. He doesn't provide any evidence for it. He doesn't say anything. Then he's blasting him. I think that they have to do, if he has evidence, he should hurry up and tell us that Dominic Aini has done this and this and this. On the other side, I don't think the Attorney General is managing it well. I don't think so too, but that's up to the Attorney General. He's a big man. But A+ is definitely not managing it well. It's terrible. Kobe, what are people saying? Let's listen.
All right, thank you, Paul. So the comments have been quite loaded today. Adam Capito says, a leader with integrity or any visionary leader would have sued A+ for defamation by now to bring more light to his or her reputation. But the Attorney General is sounding very poorly on this serious matter. Sorry, let me remove my mouth because it's internal fight before I will be called a hypocrite. Now, Precious Dordo says, when A+ was doing the same thing to MPP, NDC was enjoying it. And if the Attorney General knows that he is not guilty about what A+ is saying, you should go to court. You should go to court already. They have packed the court with their judges. Paul, we are told that A+ has been removed from NDC Majority Caucus page, and there is pressure on him to render an apology to the Attorney General. Moreover, he has even deleted the post from his Facebook. Now, Kasim Sadiq says, it is really sad how we got here as a country. How did these people manage to get the power given to them? An Attorney General is supposed to fight corruption, but this one is rather giving the media information for them to allege. We are in trouble as a country. Bill Carson says, why, oh why, has Ghana been burdened with these elements? A whole Attorney General ready to engage in a mud bath. Ah, this is substandard. Now, Cranton Collins says, our current Attorney General has been holding an unprecedented number of press conferences, making allegations that NDC supporters eagerly latch onto. However, when similar allegations are made about their own Attorney General, they cry foul, claiming disrespect. The question remains, if the Attorney General feels defamed, what stops him from taking legal action, particularly against individuals like A+? As a senior lawyer and Minister of Justice, shouldn't he pursue defamation suits to clear his name? The President's stance on these allegations will also be telling. Ultimately, time will reveal the truth. Now, MCOG says, when A+ was doing this to NPP, the NDC were happy and encouraged him. What goes around comes around. Apeke. Daniel Sechi says, A+ has mentioned said Dr. Sledge before on UTV as one of the two financiers of his campaign. Now, Shadrach Mbelam says, seriously, I think Attorney General needs orientation on his Attorney General job. He seems to be confusing himself with being a lawyer, Attorney General, and a politician. Attorney General, who is supposed to be prosecuting people for wrongdoings, asking ordinary people to go and ask an individual questions on something that an Attorney General should be prosecuting. Now, Parkal Jr. says, you see, there's no smoke without fire. The moment I heard Dr. Sledge, I knew there was something boiling. Now, Gastiman submitted quite a long text. He says, it's difficult to understand why Mahama is bent on removing so this is about the Chief Justice, removing the Chief Justice. Why does he hate her that much? It seems his whole motive of being in the presidency is to get the Chief Justice removed. As for A+, the least said about him is better. He was welcomed to the Majority Caucus like an Arabian king. Why do they now hate him for telling the whole Ghana our Attorney General is corrupt? Why didn't we know about that? We should rather praise him for coming out with this secret. If I were the Attorney General, I would resign. Now the whole world knows our #1 lawyer is allegedly a thief. What a shame. Now back to you, Paul.
I'm still texting away very hard. Because the thing is getting big matter. So the former Attorney General too has sent me a text. The text that Dominica Ini sent me, I should have responded like this. And not Godfrey Dami, the former. So Italian. Samuel Brian Boabin has sent a long one. He said, Apostle Paul, Dr. Sledge used to frequent Jubilee House almost daily. It appears he supports both sides of the political spectrum financially. I began to question Dr. Aini when I came across some of the messages he exchanged with Mr. Mahama's brother during the Ameri contract discussions. However, I didn't anticipate the situation would be this severe, that he would be alleged to have taken 500,000 to influence appointment committee, as one of his own colleagues has claimed. What have we done as a nation to deserve this? Samuel Brian, some of your words are harsh, wow. But how are you? How are you, Samuel Brian? Another person says, Paul, Dominic Aini is livid. You need to get somebody to talk to him tomorrow. As you said, you were right. He is angry with A+, and he's transferring that onto you for discussing the matter. But I have to put on record, Dominic Aini said something about Law House. I have absolutely nothing to do with it. I have absolutely nothing to do with anything called Law House. Law House is the project that the Attorney General did at the Ministry of Justice, their new office. And it's a beautiful office, beautiful edifice. Of course, I used to go there. Very beautiful, nice office. It was commissioned by the president. It was good. But I, as Paul Adomoche, have nothing to do with it. Nothing. He said we used to work on the Law House. I'm not sure what he means by work. But yeah, maybe I thought that all the floors should be named after cases. I used to tell Godfrey Dami that you have 13 floors, name it after cases. I think they are doing that. I don't know whether they're doing it. I used to go there to see how beautiful the place is. I was very excited about it. But in terms of contractual or money or anything, nothing. I have nothing to do with Law House. So please tell Dr. Dominic Aini that if he heard that because Godfrey Dami is my friend, I had no. That's not how I do my work. This is my work, and this is where I get paid. Please, okay. If Dominic Aini has records that I was involved in Law House, he should produce it. If Dominic Aini has any records, any documents that I was involved in Law House, he should produce it. That either my PR company did the PR for Law House, he should produce it. That I was called to MC the Law House event and I was paid X amount of money, he should produce it. I wasn't MC. I had nothing to do with it. Safe to say that I go there and I admire it. And I hear conversations about it all the time. I had nothing to do with it. Hey, Asemo, let me drink water small. Kwame A+. When was Asemo Akofaba? It's 9 minutes past the top of there. Is there anything else? Okay. Without much ado, thanks for watching a very, very interesting edition. Good night.